Now it's time to start the actual coding. If you haven't written these crocodile mouth characters before, your first mission is to find them on your keyboard. Let's jump into CodePen and start coding. Okay, we're back in CodePen. Let's begin with opening a new pen. And since we will write HTML right now, I will minimize the CSS and the JavaScript. And the first thing we will do is create our heading. We begin with the opening tag, h1, and then the content, and I will just write my name for now. And then the closing tag. Now we can see the result here to the right. You can create headlines that go from h1 to h6. Just make sure that both tags correspond. So let's try writing an h3 as well. You can see that the h3 is a little bit smaller than the h1, so the bigger the number, the smaller the heading. Now that we have our headlines, we can go ahead and name this pen. And I see that we get a little warning here, 7 unsaved changes, so let's go ahead and save it as well. Now we need a place to put our body text. Let's make a paragraph. We begin with the opening tag, and then the content. And then the closing tag. I'm just going to add an emoji here. If we want the text to be in different sections, we can just create different paragraphs. Let's create another one. Opening tag. And the content. And the closing tag. Now let's create some links. I want to show you two different types of links. First, a regular one. We begin with the opening tag, A for anchor, and then we write the href attribute, which specifies where the link should lead. And I will just write Google for now. Now it's time to write the content, what text should appear, and I will make something up, my favorite recipe. And lastly, the closing tag. Now, since this pen is showing us the result of our HTML directly in the browser, this link will not be clickable. In order to make it clickable, we need to add another attribute to be able to open the link in another tab. So I will make a space here, and now we can add another attribute to the anchor tag. And the attribute that we will use is called target. And the value should be set to _blank. And this allows the link to open in another tab. There we go. Okay, we can go ahead and close this again. Let's also create a way for people to contact us. We can do that by writing a new anchor tag. And then specify within the href attribute that the link should go to an email address, like this. So the only thing we need to do is write mail to, and then our email address. Then we need to write the content. And the closing tag. Don't forget to save your progress once in a while. And yeah, the last thing I want to add in the HTML is an image. And remember that the image tag is self-closing. And don't forget to add the source attribute, because that's how the HTML knows what image to display. And if we would have coded in a code editor installed on our computer, we could have written a file name here. But since this code editor is web-based, I'm just going to write an image path to an online image. And there's a nifty little feature in CodePen where you can borrow images for free. You can just click Assets down here, then Photos, and then you can choose an image that you like. Yeah, I like birds, so I'm gonna pick this one. You hover over it and you click the arrow here, and then you can copy the image path. So I will copy the small one and close this and paste it as the source. And don't forget to close the image tag. Cool, now we have an image. If you want an image from another website, you could find an image and then right-click on it and then click Copy Image Address. That's all about HTML for now. Great job! Let's move on to CSS.